Yeah, before we head out, any questions, anything on your mind, or are you feeling pretty good?
Feeling pretty good. I'll just
Cool.
keep in mind everything that we just went over as far as, the braking zones and the apexes, as far as, looking for them,
Yeah.
when we go into those turns, to make sure we get the most acceleration as possible out
Totally.
of the car.
We did talk a lot about a bunch of different things, but if it's your first time on track in a while, just focus on that line and just focus on those 3 steps to any turn. You're just going out into your apex, back out to the edge, and that'll be the safest and fastest way to take every turn. So focus on that, and we'll kind of split everything up. We'll focus on looking more into the turns the second car. We'll focus on throttle control the third. But yeah, just practice that line. If you really get it down now, you'll feel just way better in the next 2 cars. Awesome. And it does look clear on that left side, so let's go ahead and roll out there for the first 4 laps. So every turn we take, we're just going all the way out to the edge of the track, and then all the way in to hit our apex. And at the apex, you're straightening for your power coming out of the turn, just like that. We're just going out from the edges and in exactly to where that orange cone is sitting, and all you're doing is going from orange cone to orange cone. Yep. So coming up, let's brake just a little bit and release. We're going out from one into the next, and that's perfect. Once you hit that apex, you're straightening for your power, building up your speed, keeping on the throttle, and we're just setting up wide for our next turn. Good. Let's brake to that last cone and release. Out from one and then into the next. Let's apex right there at the cone, and we'll straighten for your power, building up that speed. Great job. And then up ahead, let's try to maintain our speed. We'll do that through every turn. So pick a speed and hold that speed going in, and then you're straightening at the apex, looking over to this next cone. Let's set up wide, and your speed's looking great. Go all the way out to the cone. I like to go into the middle lane right here. Stay in the middle lane because that keeps you off the curb. You only want to come in right here to touch that apex, and you're powering out. Great job. Keep on it here. You're just hitting your cone, coming out wide. And now let's brake. Stay wide and release that brake. We're going to stay wide and stay patient. And now start tightening in. A little tighter. Good. Power out to this right side. Awesome. And then your next orange cone on that left, we'll go in to hit it. Perfect. Power out. That's a great first lap. Keep on that gas, and we're just setting up wide for the next turn here. Good. Let's brake now. We'll brake, stay wide, and release. We're just going around to hit that apex. Good. And then powering out at the apex, building up your speed, and then holding your speed in the turns, keeping the car nice and stable that way. So coming up, let's brake to the perfect speed, release and hold that speed all the way in as much as you need, and then powering out, building up that power all the way to that next braking zone. So good job setting up wide. Let's brake to that last cone and release. Out from one, into the next. That's great. We'll apex at the cone, and then we're powering out, building it up to a speed that you're comfortable with, and then we want to remain at one constant speed like cruise control into our turn, straightening out and looking to that next cone out here on that left side. Let's come off the gas just for a second, and now a little bit of gas to maintain your speed. You want to hold a constant speed. That's going to keep the car nice and stable going in, and then power coming out. Great job. Keep on it. You're looking great. We'll just set up wide, and we'll brake. Stay wide and release that brake. We're just staying wide, setting up, and then tightening in to hit our apex and powering back out. I like to turn at this next curve. You'll go out to this red curbing, into the apex, and that creates a good straight line you can power out with. Keep pushing, keep on that throttle here, and brake, and release. Let's stay wide. You're just going around this curbing and into that apex. Beautiful. Power hard. We can build up our speed before the turn, and then you're holding your speed in the turns, keeping the car nice and stable. Perfect job. Let's brake and release. Stay at this speed with a little bit of gas going into the turn, and then power coming out. Building it up. Nice straight line. Just keep on the gas in that straight line. Good. And now let's brake to that last cone and release. Little bit of gas. Let's hold that speed and turn tighter, straightening for your power coming out. Excellent job. Up ahead, we're just picking a speed, and we want to stay at that speed with a little bit of gas, just cruising into our apex, straightening out and looking to that next cone. Good job getting wide, by the way. Imagine your car door opening to hit this cone and then go into that middle lane. Little bit of gas, just pushing the car around the curbing and into that apex. Tighter, powering out, building up that speed, keeping on that throttle. Good. And now let's brake. Try to stay wide here and release. We're just riding the edge, and then turning in. So a little early there.
Early.
Yep, but not bad. Killing it so far. So I like to go out to the curb and then into that apex. Get in there. Power hard. Build it up more and more. Keeping on that gas here. Good. And brake and release. Stay wide and just look for that apex. That'll show you where you should be touching your curb. There you go. And then power out. It's all good. Keep on that gas. We're back on our line. And now we're just holding that speed in the turn, keeping it nice and tidy to each cone. Good, let's brake and release. Little bit of gas going into your apex, more and more as you straighten out. Nice, find a straight line, just cutting through, keeping on that gas. And then we're setting up wide. Good, off the brakes now. We can hold this speed exactly, so no slower, no faster. Hold that speed into the turn, and then power coming out. You're building it up to a speed that you're comfortable with here, and then holding that speed with a tiny bit of gas going into the turn. Get in there and then straighten out. Beautiful driving. Now we're setting up wide. Let's come off the gas. There's no need to brake. You're looking good. And now a little bit of gas. Stay at one constant speed and look to that apex. You're holding your speed going into the turns. Tighter. Power out. Harder and harder. Keep pushing. Keep on it. Good. Let's brake here and release. Let's set up wide. We're looking to the apex. That'll show you where you should be turning into. Beautiful apex. Start powering out. I'm going to give you an extra lap. You've been crushing it. We'll go out from the edge into the apex. Really get on the gas now. Harder, harder. Keep pushing. Keep going. Keep pushing. And brake here. Little harder and release. Go around to that apex. There you go. That's perfect. And then you're powering out at the apex. Awesome driving. This is such a technical track. I'm actually impressed that you can pick it up this fast. You feeling pretty good?
Yeah.
Cool. Any questions so far? Anything?
No, it's good.
Cool.
I just think sometimes when I'll do a little early on the apexes, I think generally with the curved ones, where you really have to make sure I'm looking at it.
Exactly, yeah. If there's any early turns or bad lines, it usually stems from looking straight for too long. I like to turn my head before I even turn the steering wheel. That way you've calculated your turn before you take it, and then you power coming out. And this is where you're building up your speed to something you're comfortable with. And then you want to remain at that speed, nice and smooth, going into your turn, and then straightening at the apex. And then come off the gas. We'll just coast it again out to our next cone. Beautiful. And then a little bit of gas. You're holding a constant speed around to that apex. Get in a little tighter and then power out. Build it up. Keep pushing. Keep on it. And brake. So just stay wide and look to that apex. This last turn is all you here. And this is the most challenging turn. But not a bad lap, not a bad session. We're going to go in between these two yellow cones, and we'll slow down through pit lane. Dude, if that's your warm-up, you're going to be looking really good in the next two cars. So
that was great.
It's a great time out here. So you'll see this yellow cone. This is where we came in through. We'll leave out the same way. And then you'll see this other yellow cone to our left. We're going to go down this driveway to that yellow cone, and we'll park right there for some pictures before we put it back inside. Pleasure coaching you, by the way. This is very smooth driving. It is not an easy track to learn, so I'm impressed. You could hit a almost perfect lap your first 4 laps out there. That's crazy.
Cool deal.
Awesome. I put you in park so you're all clear. We can leave the car running.
Okay.
That way those headlights are on for the pictures.